There will be a meeting with Zelensky and European leaders, and then we'll see what happens after that. My hope is that President Trump will see, in hindsight, that President Putin is just trying to take us all for a ride, to keep this war going, try to bring Putin to the table, to agree to a pause in the fighting so that you could have real negotiations, not give Putin open-ended license to continue bombing Ukraine. The outcome that this American president articulated, a ceasefire or consequences, he did not produce. And that is why I think we find ourselves in a difficult situation today. But Martha, this isn't over. There will be a meeting with Zelensky and European leaders, and then we'll see what happens after that. My hope is that President Trump will see, in hindsight, that President Putin is just trying to take us all for a ride, to keep this war going, keep attacking Ukraine without facing additional pressure. And we've got to cut him off at the pass. President Zelensky has very emphatically said a ceasefire should be the first step, then negotiations, then an end to the war. And in fact, he did that at the request of President Trump, who called for President Zelensky to support a ceasefire, which President Zelensky then did. So this was all set up in a very straightforward way. Try to bring Putin to the table, to agree to a pause in the fighting so that you could have real negotiations, not give Putin open-ended license to continue bombing Ukraine, even as recently as last night, while dragging out these negotiations. Now, time will tell. Let's see what happens here in the coming days. But one thing that I think Secretary Rubio has backwards is the idea that additional pressure would hurt diplomacy. From my perspective, part of the reason that Putin came to Alaska is because he's worried about the possibility of pressure. And if President Trump were prepared to escalate sanctions, squeeze Putin harder, I believe it would give him leverage to bring this war to an end more rapidly. And I hope that when President Zelensky and the European leaders are in Washington tomorrow, they will discuss with President Trump the need for that additional economic pressure, because that is what is going to get President Putin's attention, especially with his economy in as weak a state as it is in today.
In a world where business never stops, Mint keeps you ahead, any screen, anytime, from studios to the ground.
Mint is doing brilliantly well. It's a well-read page, I would think.
Mint breaks down business, leadership and lifestyle, boldly, visually and smartly. From boardrooms to markets, from personal wealth to industry trends, we bring you the insights that matter. What fuels India's biggest CEOs? Ride along and find out. Want to invest like the pros? Learn from India's top market experts. Your money, your future. We make finance simple. Step inside breathtaking homes and the creative minds behind them. India's real estate scene decoded. No jargon, no fluff. Some chase success, others create it. Meet the ones who made the impossible possible. We don't just talk business, we show it. And the world's watching.